Picture this. A soldier returns home from war. He never cries, never speaks of the nightmares that wake him. His friends call him stoic. His family calls him strong. Now picture another soldier. Same war, same pain. But he shares his story, admits his fears, lets others see the scars inside. People call him vulnerable. Here's the question. Which one is truly stronger? And here's the twist. This isn't just about soldiers. It's about you, right now, at work, in your relationships, even in those quiet moments when life cracks your armor. Stoicism is often misunderstood as shutting down emotion. Marcus Aurelius writing calmly while Rome burned. Vulnerability, on the other hand, has become almost synonymous with researcher and storyteller Brené Brown, whose TED Talk on vulnerability has reached millions. She argues, vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage in its rawest form. But here's the catch. Stoicism isn't about being stone-faced, and vulnerability isn't about oversharing. Both are about power. The power to face life exactly as it is. Here's something practical right away. The next time you feel stung by criticism, don't just shut it down. Name the feeling: anger, fear, shame. Neuroscience shows that simply labeling an emotion lowers its intensity. That's Stoic clarity, meeting vulnerable honesty. 2,000 years ago, Epictetus, born a slave, crippled for life, told his students, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." To some that sounds detached, but look closer. He was teaching people to feel pain without being ruled by it. Fast forward to today, Brené Brown stands on stage and says, "Vulnerability is the birthplace of courage, of love, of belonging." Millions nod, because they know what it feels like to hide behind masks. Different centuries, different language. But maybe Epictetus and Brené Brown are pointing to the same truth. Real strength isn't avoiding pain. It's meeting it, openly, honestly. Stoicism teaches, don't be controlled by external events. Vulnerability teaches, don't be controlled by the fear of what others think. And neuroscience, it backs them both. Suppress emotions and your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, fires harder. But when you name or share an emotion, brain scans show your fear response cools in under 90 seconds. Psychologists call this affect labeling. In plain words, acknowledging pain gives you more control, not less. Or, as Brené Brown frames it, vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage, and truth and courage are never weakness. That's the same spirit Marcus Aurelius carried when he wrote his meditations while his empire crumbled around him. So here's the paradox. If you practice Stoicism without vulnerability, you risk becoming a fortress, strong but empty inside. If you practice vulnerability without Stoicism, you risk drowning in raw emotion, authentic but unstable. But together, you get a new kind of strength, grounded, resilient, deeply human. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote, "Don't be ashamed of needing help. It is characteristic of a human being to stand tall with the help of others." That's Stoicism. That's vulnerability. And it's the formula for strength that lasts. So how do you live this balance in real life? 3 steps. 1. Pause before you armor up. When you feel hurt, don't instantly shut down. ask, what's really going on inside me? For example, your boss criticizes you. Instead of numbing out, name it. Is it anger? Fear? Shame? 2. Choose your circle. Brené Brown reminds us, not everyone has earned the right to hear your story. Vulnerability requires trust, not exposure. For example, you don't spill your deepest fears in a boardroom, but you might with a trusted friend. 3. Translate emotions into values. Stoics didn't deny grief or anger. They asked, what virtue can I practice here? Courage? Patience? Compassion? For example, a friend cancels plans. Instead of resentment, you practice patience and clarity. So, can you be strong and open, stoic and vulnerable? The answer is yes. If you stop seeing them as opposites and start using them as tools for courage, connection, and a life of meaning. Because a fortress looks strong, but you can't live inside a fortress forever. If you've ever felt torn between being tough or being open, this channel is for you. Subscribe, share your reflections below, and join a community where strength and openness walk side by side.